DynamicCarStore.com to get the cars. Icons, legends aiming at the stars. Hursty at checkout to save your points. Now your bank account won't be staying empty. DynamicCarStore.com. Use code Hursty. Go on.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to episode number 1 of our Queen's Park Rangers career mode. I am so excited to bring this series to FIFA 21 and this is where it all starts. Episode number 1, we're getting into it. I cannot wait. A few things I want to say before I even load up. I have no idea if any of our late signings have been put into our team. I highly doubt it. So the likes of Bon, Adoma, Willock, I'm going to see if they're in the club. If they aren't, they will be our transfer targets for the first window. If they're not, then maybe we can open it up and make a cheeky little signing of our own. I'll also say if there's anyone in the club that shouldn't be in the club, I will do my best to transfer or loan list them depending on where they should be. And that will also be covered as well. Can't guarantee obviously they'll go to the club they're actually at in real life, but I'll do my best to get them out of the club as they should be. But there isn't much more to say. If you're watching this as a QPR fan, we got you. We're going to make this happen. We're going to bring this club back to glory, just like we did in the FIFA 20 series. But that's enough waffling for me. Let's get into it. You can see our budget. You can see our expectations from the board. Let's make it happen. Come on, you Oz. So we're getting this all loaded up. I can't wait to start it. I really like this sort of like loading screen. I like kind of what they've gone with like the new news look. It just looks kind of cool, looks kind of slick, looks pretty professional. I like it. Okay, this is literally my first time playing a career mode on FIFA 21, so I'm going to be learning sort of as I go through. But in regards to the cups and everything, I think I'll just go for the most expensive one. Obviously, therefore, it's technically the most difficult, most likely. But this is the one we're going to go for, and we'll see if we can do well with that. So we've got training days and stuff to do, but the first thing we're going to look at is our office. We're going to look at all the emails we've got and just see what's going on. So this is obviously them telling us about our pre-season tournament. This is again talking about the transfer window. Youth Academy report. Okay, so this is talking about our youth system, and we're going to have a quick look through this and I'll sort of summarize. Okay, so they're telling me about a young guy called Ellis Todd who's in my youth system that they think can like become a fantastic player. So I'm going to go to the Youth Academy quickly now. This is obviously just explaining about how you can set out development plans and everything and potentially sign these players up as well. So we've got a few players here. So we've got Baka as a goalkeeper. We've got Gavrish, sorry, as a centre-back. So Baka's got a chance to be a half-decent keeper for us. We've got Oliyink, I don't know, I'm not even going to try that, mate, as a CDM. We've got Ars, that's probably not a player I want to sign on this kind of career mode, but 77 to 94, which is fantastic. The Mexican's going to be great. I'm going to have to say his name a lot if he ends up coming up to the club. We've got Theum, who looks like he's got a pretty good chance as well. A Cameroon left wing / cam. And we've got Ellis Todd, 80 to 94 rating. He's sat at a 71 right now. That is actually phenomenal. So I think we're just going to straight up promote this guy. This guy looks like he could be great on our bench. That sounds fantastic. So we're going to promote him for sure. And these two here, I think we're going to set on a development plan. I think that's got to be the case. This guy's 77 to 94. We'll set him on a development plan and see what's going on. Okay, so all of that stuff for the youth system is done. Obviously, the young guy has been called up as well. It's talking about some scout reports and stuff, but we'll get into that afterwards. But the main thing we need to do right now is we need to get into this team. We need to see who's here, and we need to work out if there's anyone we need to sign. Okay, so I've gone through the squad. I've looked at all the players that we've got here. We have some good news in the fact that there's no one here that shouldn't be here, but we do have some bad news in the fact that there are 3 players that aren't here that should be here, and that is Macaulay Bon, that is Adoma, and our newest signing, Willock. So I'm going to have to go sign Willock, Adoma, and Bon. Only issue is, obviously, Adoma technically isn't at a club, so I don't know where Adoma's going to be. He might be at Forest, I don't know. But signing all 3 of them when we have 3 million is going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. Honestly, this is probably the starting 11 I'm going to go with. For now, I'm going to play Manning, but what I will agree to is if Manning either does end up going or if Manning does end up, you know, potentially, I don't know, say, like leaving the club or whatever it might be, then obviously I will change that up. But for now, I'm going to have to stick with what we're doing here. One thing I will do is I'm going to put Amos at CDM because that's where he likes to play. I'm also going to put Ilyas Chair at cam because that's where he likes to play. And I'm probably going to bring on someone to play left mid. It's probably going to have to be Paul Smith for now. Because I haven't really actually got anyone that plays left mid apart from Shadipo. So I'm going to have a little think. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Kane there. I'm probably going to put Carroll on the bench here. And I think I'm going to play Shadipo for now. I think we'll take Wallace off the bench. I think that's possibly best for everyone. And you know what? I think I might put Hammerlinen on the bench as well. I like Hammerlinen. I think he's a player that definitely deserves to get a bit more game time. But I would feel a little bit bad for Kane because I don't think Kane's going to be... You know, Kane's obviously like our highest rated blooming right back. Hammerlinen's 67 rated, by the way. That's actually mad. But I think this will be the team that I stick with. I'm going to go look at the players that obviously I need to try and sign in Bon, Adoma, and Willock and see how much they're going to cost me and see if we can do those transfers. Okay, so something I want to say, and before everyone gets excited, I'm not signing Adel Tarabt. I will, you know what, just for the culture, I will scout him. But Willock actually isn't in their main team. I have a feeling that Willock might be in their youth system or in their youth squad. So if that's the case, I actually don't have a way of signing him. But I have scouted Adoma and I'm scouting Bon. So I'll get their reports back in about a week or two. And I'll know how much I'm going to have to spend on those two as well. So yeah, they will potentially be coming in. The plan obviously will be to bring them in as well straight away. Would be great. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start simming forward and making it to our first game. Okay, so we have our first game here against Zwol is how I'm going to say it. I don't know how I sim this game. My plan was to sim pre-season. That's kind of what... Oh, there we go. It says sim game. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim the game with like the bird's eye view thing. Because I've actually never played this sim thing. I've never done this. So I'm really interested to see how it's going to play and what it does. So I'm going to click sim match. Obviously, I think I can pause and interact during the time as well. I'm only going to do this, by the way, for the preseason games. Obviously, the actual games when we get into the league, I will play them, obviously. We might do a little bit of the cup games, maybe something like this, if people are down for that. But let me know, obviously, in the comments. But yeah, let's get this game started to sim. Let's see what's going on. Let's see how we do. We're playing sort of classic QPR, keeping the ball in our half a little bit here, knocking it around the back. We're going to try and hopefully a nice little lead early on would be great, but we have lost possession straight away. I didn't really actually sims the entire match. That's actually pretty sick. I really like that you see everything that happens. That is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you. We'll make some sort of wholesale changes at half time. Treat it sort of like an actual, you know, pre-season little game and make quite a few changes and get some people some minutes on the pitch. Will kind of be the plan. We'll give Dieng like a half and we'll give some of the outfield players a half of football as well. I think that'd be good to do just to get, you know, fitness levels up a little bit and get sort of match fitness prepped and ready as well. But these guys are really knocking this ball around a lot, but they waste it. Let me know as well if you want to see more games simmed like this, because I think we can jump in. Yeah, we can press square and jump in on some games. So let me know if there are some games like cup games and stuff if you would like to see me jump in. We do go 1-0 down there. That's a shame. But let me know if there's ever times you want me to jump into games like this and take over for any... Like I said, I think cup games mainly. League games we will play properly. It's not Football Manager, so I will get involved with the games. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on that, because I think it could be interesting to do occasionally, but not something we're going to do all the time. Oh, this looks bad. It looks very bad. That's 2-0. We are not doing great in this preseason. Zwol are, you know, running a little bit amok here. But... kind of is what it is. Like I said, I'm not going to play these games. I'm going to sim them and see, hopefully, if we can just... I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, do I gain much from watching these through at the moment? Or do I just maybe quick sim the other ones just to try and get them done and so we can actually get into the season? Because I don't want this... I would like to try and get a game started this season if possible. It's half time. I've made a whole bunch of changes. I'm just going to jump to result. We ended up losing 2-1. Lyndon Dykes did score. But at the end of the day, I mean... Again, it's pre-season. It is what it is. I'm not aiming to like go out and win pre-season. My main focus is get the team ready for the start of the season. That's what I want to do. What I'm going to do is for the rest of these pre-seasons, I am just going to quick sim them just so that it's like done and we can really power our way through. We do win the second one. Manning and Dykes again. Dykes getting a nice early goal, which is good to see. Good to see him getting some goal scoring form under his belt. Very, very good to see indeed. But yeah, that's good news for us. Okay, we've got our reports back for Albert Adoma and for Macaulay Bon. So Albert Adoma is going to cost us about $1 million, which is doable, and he's not on masses of wages. And Bon is very affordable as well. He's going to cost us about $1 million too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, try and pick both those guys up and add them to the squad. And then the squad is technically ready, unless you guys think we should make more signings. Okay, so we're going to try and pick up Macaulay Bon first. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to straight up just offer like 900k. Just straight off the bat and just see what they say to 900k. Hopefully they're interested a little bit in that offer. They want Ote. Now, I quite like the fact that they've asked for a player. I think that's a really cool addition to the game. But I don't... Because Ote hasn't left in real life, I feel like it's a bit of... Oh, I don't know. You know what? You know what? I think that we'll agree with the Ote transfer, but just ask for a little bit less transfer fee. Okay. You know what? We'll go with it. We'll see people's thoughts on that. If you guys think I've messed that up, please let me know. But, yeah. Bon, potentially on his way in. Ote, potentially on his way out. Okay, now we've got to get the contract underway as well. I'm going to offer rotation because he probably will be a bit of a rotation off the bench. He wants a 3-year contract. I'm going to try and tie him down to a 4-year contract, which should be able to do, which it is. That's great. No release clause. 2.5 grand a week, roughly. I'm going to take off the appearance fee. He'll probably ask for about 2.5, 2.6 now. He didn't. Great. That's fab. 2.3 grand a week. Well, it was 300k and Ote going the other way. And we managed to pick ourselves up. Corley Bon. Okay, we're going in for Albert Adoma now. I'm going to offer 700k straight off the bat and see what they say if they're interested. Because he's only got 1 year left. Now, Thomas is someone who isn't going. We're not letting someone go that we've just signed. And anyway, to be fair, I don't want to lose Thomas. I think he's a good player. So I'll offer a little bit more money and see what they say. They want 1.2. If I can get them down to nearer a mil, that would be great. Just because I think it would just be slightly better for us. It gives us a chance to maybe do something with youth systems or youth teams. Just under a mil there is fantastic. 970 grand is great. Obviously, we did get one a free in real life. But then again, I think Bon was like, I think he was nearer 2 mil. I'm not too sure. But regardless, he's nearly on his way in. He can play left mid, by the way, which is perfect because my plan is to play him on the left mid, Bright on the right, and Ilias Chair at cam. That for me will be the perfect setup for what we've got right now. I'm going to offer him important. Because I think he will play majority of the games. He's got the player face as well. Things you do, in fact, love to see. I'm going to offer him a 2-year contract because, obviously, he's 32. So, I don't know what his plan will be for how long he's planning to still actually play for. Now, he's currently on 23 grand a week. I'm going to offer him 18 and, like, 200 grand. Please. Oh, he's reasonable. Let's go. Love that. Thank you, Albert. Uncle Albert's at the club, boys. Things you love to see. So I want to show you guys the changes that does make to our team. So that means that I've brought in Adoma at left mid. And I've dropped Shadipo sadly to the reserves. Obviously, I've brought in Bon at to go on the bench as our sort of substitute striker. And it means that sadly Paul Smith has dropped to the reserves. I've also just remembered we've got Todd, who I've brought in. So Todd is now sat on the bench as a 71 rated blooming right mid. I think he's basically going to be our answer if Bright goes. If Bright ends up going, we've got Todd, mate, who looks pretty darn good. He's technically like the second best player at the club, which is mad. Okay, our third preseason game, it is against VFL Osnabrück. I'm probably going to say it wrong. We're going to quick sim it anyway, just to see, again, just to try and get through this. It's a 0-0. It's fine. I'll take it. Sadly, a win and a draw doesn't help us get through to the next round, but it's fine. I'm just going to do my quick sims. I'm going to get my training done, try and get the morale up, try and get the match sharpness up a little bit as well. So I'll get these fitness and training stuff all simulated going through, and hopefully the players can be fighting fit, ready for potentially our first game of the season. While I'm simming through, one thing I do want to do is set up a youth system. I don't know if the youth system is massively different from like other FIFAs. I have to say, by the way, Gnabry's just signed for Chelsea. That's actually a madness. But yeah, I'm going to potentially, on the 1st of the next month, set up a youth system. Okay, so I've just gone through our development plan. I've just gone with a bunch of players and just tweaked their development plans just a little bit. So, for example, Todd, our youngster coming through, I've asked him to train and try and become capable of playing left mid, because that basically helps us push towards having somebody to replace Adoma when Adoma potentially leaves, retires, whatever that is. Because Brightside Samuel is a right mid. It's obviously going to be someone that is going to be there for a long time. Todd is going to struggle to knock that guy off his perch. So Todd could come in and be our left mid. And bro, you think I'm going to let you have Aussie Kakai? You're wrong, man. Okay, we've also had an offer from Inter Miami for Don Ball. And again, it's an offer I'm going to say no to. I've got no interest in letting actual players from the club really go. Obviously, apart from Ote, apparently. But that was to get Bon in. So, slightly different. Okay, so we've got our first league game here. And it's home against Preston. Now, you guys know the team sheet. It's the same team sheet that I've been playing with in all the build up to the season starting. Now, I've upped the difficulty to Legendary. I was going to do it on World Class. However, I haven't played a game of Career Mode. The only games I've played against the AI have been on Squad Battles and Ultimate Team on our streams. And I've been playing on World Class, but I've been playing with much better players. I'm a bit worried here that I'm about to get mugged. But we're going to try it anyway. Let's go. Up the Super Hoops. Let's go. Come on. Here we are. At the Kind Prince Foundation Stadium. It feels so good to say that. Obviously, it's not something we can do at the moment in real life, but it's something we can do in the career mode. And it feels like it's been ages since I've said that playing FIFA. It feels like ages since the last career mode. But we have got the Kind Prince Foundation Stadium full, packed to the rafters, and it's ready for QPR versus Preston. But I'm ready. This team is ready, and we're ready to take on the challenge of the championship. Let's make it happen, boys. Let's go. On yours. Brightside Samuel's done really well to stop that, but we're going to have to play it back to Kakai. But now Bright's got a bit of a chance here to burst down this wing. He's got the pace. We've seen Lyndon Dykes in the box. This is the perfect kind of opportunity to start the season off. Dykes does win the header, but it does go over. Exactly the kind of chances we want to play while we have a player like Lyndon Dykes in there. It's kind of the Matt Smith effect, but he's just that bit more agile. If he had that on target, that was a good effort. Oh, he tries to get it, but Dickey does really well. Intercepts, get his foot in the way. And now this is where we need to try and counter. This is what we need to try and do. Albert Adoma, mate, was absolutely bossing it down that wing there. But Brightside Samuel here, going to try and cut this ball in the middle. Or not. Ilias Chair does really well to pick that ball up in the middle of the park. Adoma now sees Manning overlapping behind him. We're going to play it back to Adoma. Adoma sees Ilias Chair running through. Ilias Chair probably should have kept it. We play it to Bright. Bright hits it wide. I should have kept it with Chair. Look, that's what I'm saying. Should have kept it with Chair and taken the strike. I didn't realise I had quite the space that I did. But Bright should have got that on target, really. Hits it wide. Oh, we should be 1-0 up, boys. Brightside Samuel again on this wing here. We see the run here from Ilias Chair. Lovely bit of overlap in play there, which is kind of what we do in real life, and I'm not going to lie. I'm happy to see it. Chair. Oh, Dickey, so close. I wanted the through ball, honestly, to Bright, but, man, it was so nearly an effort then. It does end up being half-time there. We did manage to keep them nice and quiet, push them out, stop them getting that ball in there. A really good first half from us, I have to say. It's just a shame we haven't got the ball in the back of net. We've kept them to no shots. We've had 3 with 1 on target. I think we were slightly unlucky. I think we should have scored that Bright chance. I really, really do. I'm tempted to make a substitution. I do want to bring on Todd at some point for sure. I think he's going to be a very, very good player. So he's probably going to make his way into the team at some point. Obviously, Adoma and Amos haven't got loads of match fitness just yet. Match sharpness, I should say. But neither does Todd. And I don't want to run the risk of him getting injured. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably at some point going to bring on Don Ball for Amos, because Don Ball has just got a little bit more match fitness. Or I could bring on Carroll, and actually I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to bring on Carroll. It says -5. He can play CDM. I'm so confused, so I don't get why that's worked or why that's doing that, but he's going to come on for now. I'm going to keep Todd and Bond potentially come on in the second half, and then we do have defensive options as well if we need to bring them on. So that's for now what I'm going to do. We're going to bring on Carroll at CDM. That's the only change we're going to make. Just a bit more passing from the middle. Maybe hopefully make a few more chances. For some reason, by the way, Carroll is like a tall, bold man. I don't get it. I got the ball here with Nugent out wide. Barbe tried to get back. But that, by the way, may not look like him. But that is Tom Carroll who got that ball away. Things you'll have to see. We've lost the ball in a really bad spot here. Dickey can't clear his lines. Lumley's trying to come out to it. They get their first shot. And they get their first goal. Such a QPR way of conceding. Losing the ball at the back of the park. And Johnson puts us 1-0 down. Not exactly what we wanted to see. Especially against a run of play. Like, that's literally their first shot of the game. And it was just poor defence. I've tried to clear it with Dicky there, so I lost the ball with the Doma. Ball's played forward. I've literally pressed pass, first thing to do, and it didn't go anywhere. He just kept the ball. But we go 1-0 down. Johnson scores his first goal of the season. Not the start we wanted, boys. It's a lovely spread ball there from them. They've got Maguire now cutting inside. We cannot afford to cut inside. And Ozzy Kakai doesn't let him do that. Things you do, in fact, love to see. What I'm going to do is after this chance here, I'm going to schedule a substitution. Bring on some fresh legs. Albert Adoma was offside. That's such a waste. But we are going to make a change now. We just need something. We need something a little bit different. I'm not entirely sure what that something different is. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and rock a 4-1-2-1-2. That's going to be the plan here. A 4-1-2-1-2 wide. We're going to keep Ilias obviously at striker. Cameron, I think, is going to have to be our man to come off. I know it seems ridiculous, but Cameron is going to have to come off. We're going to take the captain off and we're going to bring on Macaulay Bonne and see if he can get something rocking for us. I'm tempted to take off Adoma. He's getting a little bit tired. So I'm going to take off Adoma. I'm going to bring on Todd. Todd's got 20 minutes to try and impress me here. It's a very, very attacking team there. Our CDM being Carroll, who's not really an outright CDM. He's more of like a deep lying cam, but he plays deeper, like sort of like Ericsson did at Spurs, an attacking player that sits a lot deeper. But 2 attacking changes, bringing on the fresh legs of Macaulay Bonne and Todd. Let's see how Todd does in his debut. Let's see how Bonne does in his debut. Oh, they play a lovely through ball there. Barbe's going to have to go to the man. Johnson was potentially in a bit of space. It goes back to Johnson anyway. It's a second shot. It's a second goal. We've gone 2-0 down, and I really don't understand how. Like, we don't deserve to lose this game. We genuinely don't deserve to lose this game. But second half, they've had 2 shots, and they've scored them both. And I feel very, very hard done by. There, obviously, it's a bit of an unlucky rebound. Barbe's then slid in when I haven't asked him to slide, but it is what it is. But it is what it is, boys. 2-0 down. That is atrocious. Lumley's been megged as well. Just not good at all. I'm gutted. I'm genuinely gutted. Oh, that brings the end of our first game of the season to a horrific end. We lose 2-0 after being 0-0 at half-time, being by far the better team. They have 2 shots and score both. And I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. I genuinely feel like we were good for at least a point, like at least a point. But we end up getting none. That absolutely sucks. That absolutely sucks. Sadly, we are going to have to end the episode on that horrifically sour note. What I will do before we end the actual video itself is I am going to set up a youth system where we have a youth scout, which is fantastic. So we're going to set him up in England just to look at any players for 3 months, and every 3 months we'll potentially look at a new specific thing to look for. But we're going to set it up in England, try and find some new youth English talent coming through. But that is where we're going to end this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, even though we were the first game of the season and we lost it. Absolutely gutted. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you did enjoy this video, then please do leave a like on the video. The plan is to obviously next time make it better, to improve on what we've just done there. But guys, thank you so much for watching it. If you did enjoy, leave a like on the video. Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel. Obviously, the series will keep coming every Monday and every Thursday afternoon is the plan. Hopefully, I can stick to that. So this, obviously, first episode will be out on a Thursday. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands in a bit.
What? Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty games, yeah, you already know.